Oh, quick before they fall. Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the McFarlane Toys Avatar The Last Airbender figures. Starting with these 5-inch figures right here. I'm really looking forward to the 7-inch ones, but we're going to see what these are all about right here. And yes, I said before they fall because these things are a bitch to stand. And since these are smaller figures, we're going to be taking a look at both of them today. Get them both out of the way in one review. That's right, 2 for 1. Killing 2 birds with 1 earthbending throw. Sorry, no skits or anything fancy today, but first let's take a look at all of his accessories. That's it. Yeah, we have his staff. And that's a pretty good accessory. I mean, you know, it's the 5-inch figure. He's only $10, so I can't complain all too much. It's sculpted well enough. It's sculpted just like how it appeared in the animated show, and you know, it's a brown color. Came a little tiny bit warped, but not as warped as, you know, some McFarlane Toys accessories normally are. Dun, 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 dun. That's right, we have Aang. That's such an expressive face. I love the face sculpt on here. It captures his personality perfectly. The eyes look really good. They're actually really nicely painted on there. They captured the gray animated style of his eyes and his eyebrows. If you look, the mouth is actually sculpted deep in there. So you have the teeth, but it feels like an actual mouth that goes deep in there instead of just a sticker or something. We have the arrow that goes all the way to the back of the neck. Doesn't go down the neck, unfortunately, but at least it goes all the way down to the back of the head sculpt right there. The arrow looks pretty good. It's a good color, and it feels pretty symmetrical. Ooh, not the camera. Moving down to the torso, I understand why they sculpted it like this, because normally this is a tunic that just goes straight across and it just flows over him, but I understand why you couldn't do that on a little 5-inch figure. For the 7-inch figure, from what I can see, it's sculpted to look dynamic, so it looks like it can get out of the way if need be, which I like. I love dynamically sculpted coats, capes, drapes, all of it. But as we can see, there's a nice texture on the cloak, which is something you can't really do with animation, so it's cool to see it in this type of form. The hands look good. Moving down the legs, we have this tunic right here that's sculpted very nicely, and again, that texture goes all the way down into the pants and into these. I like how there's a difference. This is smooth, and then the leggings right here are a nice texture. I love it. You can see the little bone part of the ankle coming through, and his shoes. No peg hole for a stand. He did not come with a stand, and this guy I feel kind of needs it. Overall looks of the figure, great. Another thing that's different about this review you'll notice is that I'm speaking more off the cuff, and as I'm looking at the figure, I normally like to do a voiceover after the fact, after I've gathered some of my opinions, because it just flows better. I don't like the whole rambling, and then you hear every single pause, you hear me searching for words to say, and you know, I guess I'll get there eventually when I become more comfortable with it, but for now, you know, we'll just see how this review goes. Maybe for Aang, I'll do this off-the-cuff thing, and then for Zuko, I'll do a voiceover, who knows. But moving on to the articulation. He looks up just a little bit, not going to get him in any flight poses, and looks down, not at all. He does twist like that, which is nice, and little bit of personality going, tilting like that. Arms go up that amount. Spins all the way around. There's no bicep swivel. There is a swivel at the elbow though, and if you listen, that's some ratchet joints up in there. Get a little, what is that, 90? That looks almost exact 90. You can go back a little bit. No rotation at the wrist, but it does rotate at the elbow. Waist articulation, none. It just swivels right there. Legs go straight about that much. Back, a surprising amount. Single jointed knee. You can break his legs if you want, and then a swivel at the knee as well. There's no thigh swivel. You get a little bit of rotation there, but not anything special. And then no ankle articulation. So again, this guy's pretty hard to stand. That's why one wager complaint about both of these figures is that they're hard to stand. But from an aesthetic perspective, they look amazing. They look great. Moving on to Zuko, he comes with 2 accessories. He comes with these 2 little flame pieces that he can hold in his hand. There's actually a speck within the mold, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's on the surface. I think if you look really closely, it's like deep into the mold. So that's unfortunate, but they're sculpted well enough. And they're meant to emulate, there's a picture of it on the box, where the firebenders are holding the fire in their hand, almost like a reverse grip dagger. I kind of wish that these little stem pieces were a little bit shorter so they don't poke out the other side, because it's not like in the show that they're actually holding a fire dagger. They're bending the fire out of their fists, but in a reverse grip dagger kind of hold, so, but I understand, again, $10 figure, 5 inches, limited articulation, it's meant more so for kids, but I love the aesthetics of this guy. So let's take a closer look at those aesthetics. Honor. That is right. Prince Zuko himself. Really good job on the scar. You got to get the scar right if you're going to be sculpting Prince Zuko. Again, great job with the eyes. They really captured the animation with those eyes. And the expression, of course. Just a constant look of, I'm looking for the Avatar to restore my honor. Good job on the hair. Paint missed a tiny bit, but that's just nitpicking. And a little bit on the ponytail holder device that is on his hair. I can't remember that off the top of my head. Look at that texture. Look at the texture right here. Oh, it looks so good. The different textures. That's 1, 2. The rim is 3, then 4. Then we got 5. Like 6, 7 different textures. I love it. Aesthetics, this guy matches really well to how he looked in the first season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. No ankle articulation, but look at the pointy toes. Look at him. Ooh. Oh no. I just noticed this. My goodness. That's unfortunate. A complete misfire. There's no paint on this side. Let's see. But yeah, see? He's meant to kind of hold it like that, and it's like, a reverse grip fire dagger, but it's like he's actually holding it like a stick, Or, you can also maybe have him, hold it like that, like he's, holding up a Fire Nation drink. Moving into the articulation, though. Let's see if this guy fares any better. Not really. He can't really look up. He can't look up into the sky for the beam that Aang gives off when he comes out of the iceberg. A little bit, tiny bit more tilt so he can give Uncle the side eye, Oh, I want an Uncle Iroh figure so bad. Okay, moving down to the shoulders. This kind of gets in the way a little bit, but he's able to go out pretty far. That gets out of the way a decent amount, but right about there before you don't want to start stressing the armor down in there, but that's about how far he goes up. You can make him go back, you just can't get a full rotation out of that. 90-degree bend, swivel at the elbow, no wrist articulation, ab articulation. Oh, God, that was scary. It twists, it rotates. Not really any there. Now for the tunic, let's see, how does it get in the way? A little bit, but it does bend, so, and you don't want to put too much stress, so it goes about that far forward. They go back pretty far, better than some Marvel Legends. Splits about that much. Ooh, yeah, better than most Spider-Man figures. Got a 90-degree bend at the knee and a swivel. And again, no ankle articulation, but look at the textures. So yeah, these are great figures, especially for the price point. I still need to find Sokka and Katara to complete the little set. And of course the Appa, I really want that. And as you can just see, Aang cannot stand to save his own life. Oh. Airbending in action. Aesthetically, again, really cool. I love the different textures and, of course, the sculpt. They really stand out, especially from afar, believe it or not. I cannot wait for the 7-inch figures. I already pre-ordered Aang. I need to pre-order that Zuko. I am so ready for a Uncle Iroh, a Toph, a Katara, Sokka. 7-inch, of course. The bigger the better. I'm also curious to see where the Korra figures line up. I'd like a 7-inch Korra set of figures. Those would be great. But yeah, this was a quicker, less polished review. I get those reviews tend to come out quicker. People are able to post more stuff, but I like to take my time with my reviews, you know, give a little bit of a cinematic twist on some things, you know, make it pretty, have it flow good, less pauses and awkward silences and rambling, kind of like how I'm doing now. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you could please leave a like and subscribe on this video, and also hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever I post a new video. That's very important. That way you can always be alerted, because I don't have a set schedule right now for when I post my videos, so keep those notifications on so that way whenever I do post a video, you'll be notified about it. But thank you all for watching, especially if you've watched it all the way to this very end right here. As always, y'all, please stay safe out there.